Welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. I am here to do a random, out of the blue, pick a pile reading. I don't know why I was called to the table, but Spirit said it was time. And when I did my little mini meditation, I got the words Wisdom Wednesday. So I don't know what's going to come through. Let's just play and have fun, okay? If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. You never know what's going to happen here. And please, if you like our love tribe, please subscribe. I usually do relationship readings. However, I feel like this is more spirit driven, so I don't know what messages will come out. Maybe it'll be relationship, maybe it'll be spiritual, maybe it'll be work. I don't know, but we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to bring you guys down to your reading. For those of you who are my loyal viewers, I love you so much. Don't forget, guys, to give it a thumbs up, because our channel is growing, and the more thumbs up and comments in the comment section below, and shares, that kind of thing, really does help the algorithms of YouTube to pick up the videos and recommend them to other sources, okay? So I'm going to bring you guys down and let you choose your wisdom words for Wednesday, okay? And it's not just for today. These are just going to be energies for, well, I guess the current energies that Spirit wants to share with you. Okay, so pile number 1 is a red Lumerian Quartz. Okay, it's got some record keepers on there. It's a nice little quartz. Then pile number 2 is a selenite wand. And pile number 3 is the, what's this called? Andara crystal quartz. Okay? So take a moment, take a deep breath. Whichever one speaks to you first. Now, I like to, when I'm choosing my pick-a-piles, sometimes I choose them by the stones that are on them. Sometimes I choose them by running my hand over the video. Or I look at the timestamps. The timestamps sometimes are like 11:11 or 22:22. And so just take a moment and breathe in and figure out which one you think Spirit wants you to look at today. Okay? All right, we're going to move right into the reading, because I don't want this to be a 3-hour reading, because you know how I am. I like to talk. And we're going to move right in and get going. Pile number 1, if you chose the Lumerian red quartz with the record keepers on it, let's see what your reading, has to say. I don't read reversals. I don't know how that was in there reversed. Okay, so your first 3 cards, let's see if you can get them, if I can get them in camera shot here. Okay, your first card is Seek, and this is the Hermit card. Then we have Recognition and Reward with the Judgment card. Okay, so that's some really heavy energy there. So, wow. So if you picked pile number 1, the energy that I'm feeling around this so far is that you guys have really been going inwards and taking a look at your life, right? I feel like you've been called to kind of do a life review. You know, where am I in my life? Does the things that I've been putting my energy in serve me? Am I growing? Am I committed? You know, do I need to make changes? The Hermit likes to go to the mountain and talk to God about all of his devils, right? He's seeking enlightenment, seeking the inner knowledge, really, really being close spiritually to God. into the inner voices, right? Trusting your higher self, trusting that inner knowing, right? Your next card here is this Three of Pentacles. In this deck, it's called Recognition and Reward. So what I see here is I see that Spirit has, with the Judgment card, okay, Archangel Gabriel has blown his trumpet and awakened you to some kind of an inner knowing, some kind of a recognition is what I'm hearing. Recognizing relationships, friendships, jobs, things that bring you joy and happiness, right? Things. A lot of you are doing a life review, though. See, Judgment is looking over your past. Sometimes it's an opportunity for a redo in something too. And so, you know, really what I'm getting here with these cards, we'll take a look at your oracles, but what I'm getting here is that, you know, you have a calling. There's some kind of a calling, and Spirit's been talking to you and helping you recognize your value, your self-worth, you know. So if we're going to look at this from a spiritual aspect, I would say spiritually you are glowing up, okay? Like growing up, but glowing up. You've been called to look at certain things, and I'm going to say things because it's a general reading, but for some of you it's relationships, for others of you it's family. It can be your work or job or life's purpose is what I'm hearing for you. Life's purpose. Okay? And so spiritually, you're kind of getting accolades from Spirit. They're saying, you know, you are a powerful, conscious creator. You are worthy. You are doing a great job. You have a mission. For some of you, I'm definitely hearing that you have mission. Some kind of a calling, you know, whether it's a vocation or a spiritual mission. For others of you, this is, you know, with the whole COVID thing, if it's not a spiritual message, which I believe they're all spiritual messages, but if I want to pull it down into the 3D reality, what I'm seeing is that you've got a new knowledge about things in your life. With the COVID, you might have been spending a lot of time at home, maybe alone. You could have been laid off. You could be working from home. But somehow, some way, you've had the opportunity to self-reflect. And if this is work-related, then there is a collaboration that has happened here. With the Three of Pentacles, it's working well with others, right? It's collaborating. It's talking to other people, social networking. Could be working from home. But with this Judgment card, I think this was motivated by the angels and your higher self, okay? There was some kind of a reckoning, awakening, a realization that happened that has awakened you to your self-worth or your next for some of you it's a job. Most of you it's mission work. So if you feel like you have a mission, you know, maybe you work with autistic children, or you're an advocate for the world, you know, in different areas. Some people are working with the Black Lives Matter. Some people are working with the Me movement. There's a lot of people who are just advocating for change in the world. Now, for others of you, there could be a dream. When I say dream, I mean like something you always wanted to do. Always. Like you've always wanted You had a dream. You have a dream. And that dream, I think, was put aside. And you did other things. And so now you've had this opportunity through this reflection to find a way to reignite your dream, reignite your passion for something that you thought was dead and gone, over with, right? It's an opportunity for you to start over again. This recognition and reward, this guy is bending over and he's got a medal around his neck. So, like I said, when in general readings, they're not personal, so that it's going to be different for each of you. You're going to have to apply it the way it resonates. But for some of you, I feel like there was a purpose. Or, you know, how when you're a young kid, you're like, when I grow up, I want to be a firefighter, or I want to be a movie star, or I want to be a singer, or a writer, or whatever. Some of you, this has been an opportunity for you to go back and take another look at things that you laid aside. And I feel like you're going to be very successful. Like, you're going to get accolades. People are going to see you with this recognition and reward. You know, maybe you've got your own YouTube channel, or opened your own designer line, or starting your own business. Whatever this is, it's going to be different for each of you. It's definitely a rebirth of something that got set aside and now is coming back. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. We have the Swan. Transformation, trusting your psychic gifts. See, yeah, I feel with this Hermit card, you guys, you got these big power hitters flanking either side of you. I feel like this is your energy and you are doing something of value, something that you're going to be recognized and rewarded for. And for some of you, you could be a reader like me, or you could be a holistic healer, or an intuitive, or an empath. But, you know, it says trusting your psychic gifts and transformation. So you're going to have to take it really as it resonates. That's why, you know, I love doing private readings, because I'm a nosy person. But and usually I clarify a lot, but when I clarify, I feel like it narrows it down, and then it omits some other people that could have been included in the reading. So a general reading needs to stay more general, right? So that you can get more from it, and more people can view it and get their message. All right, so for some of you, you are moving into your psychic gifts. You've had an opportunity to reflect and go within yourself and still your mind, and you're getting messages about how to better your life, to better yourself, right? A transformation is happening. And judgment for me is always, I don't know why, but for me, it's something that was buried, something that was dead and gone, something you thought would never come to fruition. And now it's transforming, and it's coming back around for a second chance. Okay, and I do feel like it's going to bring you a lot of recognition. Okay, you could literally open a YouTube channel or do something and just, you know, become an overnight sensation. Next we have be patient. Okay, so there could be things that you've been working on, things that you know, this could be the I don't want to call it a dark night of the soul, but this could literally be that transformation, that caterpillar going into the chrysalis and coming out the other side. But when transformation happens, sometimes it takes time, right? And the way they made the be, right? So for some of you, I'm getting many messages just with the be on this. Okay, for some of you, you're going to have to work hard with that Three of Pentacles. You're going to have to do the work, like the busy bee, right? You're going to have to be. I'm hearing networking. I don't know why, but some of you need to network, you know. Bees are a colony, and the hive works for each other. Okay, for others of you, this is just to be still, being still and going within, being the hermit that goes to the mountain to talk to God. In that present moment is where you will get your answers. That's where the transformation starts. Yeah, I'm not going back to that one yet. Let's keep going. So, oh, look at all the butterflies. We have the adventure, exploration, apprehension, and fulfillment. Today is the day to try something new, explore just for fun, and be a bit more daring. Do not let apprehension keep you from your new adventure. That feeling will fade, but the wonder that is to be found will surely not. So what I'm hearing with this be patient card, and this saying, do not let apprehension keep you from your new adventure. Whatever this is that's coming back around for you, that's transforming into something better, it's going to be slow and steady wins the race. All right? I feel like you're kind of in the awakening process, the planning, the scheming, the realization. And so you might have a little fear around change, because transformation can be very big. It can be a lot of change, right? So don't be afraid. Don't procrastinate. Allow Spirit to gently guide you through this, and be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. I started my YouTube channel it'll be 2 years in December, and we're still small but mighty, right? There are other people out there who get 100,000 viewers or subs in the first year. I believe that those are meant to be here will be here, right? And so slow and steady wins the race. You never give up on your dreams, and you just never know. Like, never give up right before the miracle comes, is what I'm hearing. Don't give up before the transformation. Look at all the butterflies. And with the swan, it says transformation. Trust your inner knowing. Trust this hermit energy. Trust it, because your higher self will never lie to you. Then we have Celeste. A happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. And I feel that for you. I really do. I feel like something new is coming. It may not be new as in the first time that you've ever thought of it, but it will be new as in the first time you've ever really applied yourself and believed that you could achieve it. So new employment, new home, new relationship. There's something here that you're building. Ooh, and we have the thinking man. Okay, so my readings are not gender specific. You could be a female watching this. This could be somebody in your atmosphere or environment at this time. If you've been being patient and waiting for somebody else to transform, I'm not really feeling that, but we can apply that if that feels right to you. I just feel like this is an opportunity to think and go within. This man is looking at crystals, right? And this swan talks about your psychic gifts. So this guy is really gazing into this crystal, trying to figure out, what do I see? What do I feel? What do I hear? Use all those clairs, right? Clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant. I'm sure there's probably more, but just off the cuff, what I'm seeing here is that you need to be patient, and you need to go within. You need to trust your inner knowing. There is something that you're being called to do that you are going to be a great success at. But there's a transformation that needs to happen. And there's something new in the works for you that is going to gain you this recognition. Then we have healing. Okay, so we're going to move back to the spiritual aspect of this. In a healing aspect, this is a 66, which is very, very balanced. And 6 for me as a reader, because I do relationship reads, really is like the number of love, right? It's the number of self-love and love for everything, right? But this is very healing energy, and it's blue, the third eye. So I feel like you guys are having an awakening, a transformation and an awakening for some of you on a spiritual journey. For others of you, this could be you healing the past, because judgment for me is always something from the past. So there's a healing here that could be coming from the past. Ooh, higher power. See, look at right there is your higher power. All right. Higher power. Whatever is happening in your life right now is very divinely guided. Trust it. Listen to your inner knowing. Trust the process. And don't be afraid to be alone and quiet. You know, I have a hard time. I do a lot of, when I'm meditating, I put music and stuff on, because I don't know why. If I try to meditate just in silence, my little brain doesn't want to shut down. But if I put a little music on and focus on my breath, I can really journey. So, you know, the key, and look, the swan talks about your psychic gifts. You've got the hermit. The hermit is looking for a spiritual guidance. In this higher power, there is a key hole right in her third eye. This man is looking at a crystal, right? This is a card of transformation. This is a card of a calling, right? Archangel Gabriel is blowing his trumpet and saying, wake up, it's time for you to move, time for you to awaken and to listen and to allow something. For some of you, this is something from your past, or someone, you know, if it's a thinking man, maybe you've been waiting for somebody patiently because they're healing. You know, I feel like if that's the case, you went first, and by healing yourself, you are actually helping, collaborating to help this person. So I know a lot of you are twin flames. That's how you found my channel. So if that resonates on your twin flame journey, it very well could be that your divine masculine is healing because you've done the work, right? Ooh, fragmented energy. So you're calling back your soul pieces. This is beautiful. You know, I do soul retrieval. I don't know how I do it. I really don't, but I do it. And so I help people to go over their childhood traumas and to find really traumatic instances where a part of their soul might have fragmented off and gone to a higher or lower dimension because it couldn't, it was afraid to be in the circumstance that you were in. So, you know, sometimes traumas can fragment your energy. Sometimes huge change and transformations can fragment your energy because, you know, part of you is in the past and part of you is moving toward the future. And so with this be, I feel like you're being called to be in the moment, right? Be in the moment. And the biggest piece that is missing here is the piece over her heart. Okay, so there could be somebody that you've been missing, that you've been patiently waiting for, you're hoping to collaborate with. You've done a lot of healing, you've moved into your inner knowing, your psychic gifts, your healing gifts, but there's still for some of you is somebody you miss, right? That's the piece that's missing. But I've learned on my journey that there's never really anything ever missing. It's all perception. Everything you think is missing has been with you all along, right? And so that's also part of this learning. It's part of the transformation, realizing that you're whole within yourself. You don't need any person or anything out there to validate you. You were created by the creator, and you are a creator being from a creator race. And so that very God source energy lives within you. And because it's always been there, it's not on a cloud somewhere sitting judging you with that judgment card. No, the judgment is you realizing what you have been missing. And for some of you, it's a person. For others of you, it's your soul's calling. Others of you are just awakening to your new spiritual gifts. So we have cleanse and detoxify. So if you've been going through this transformation, because, you know, it's really, really a difficult process to go through an ego death and a transformation, or perhaps, going through a divorce and moving, getting or losing one job and having to look for another. There's so many cycles that are ending right now with the eclipses. And so whatever major shifts have happened in your life, it takes a lot of energy from you. It really does. And you have 2 healing cards here. So you have this healing and you have cleanse and detoxify. So if you've been going through a transformation in your life, make sure you give yourself the opportunity to eat better, to get a little exercise, to ground yourself outside in nature, to, pray and meditate and just take a little time out for you. So this card says, cleanse and detoxify. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help you to develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress, as well as ease any sorrow at shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries, and concerns to us and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. Now, what I'm hearing for some of you is this has been a spiritual transformation, and you've been doing shadow work, whether you've been doing it consciously or subconsciously. You've been dealing with a lot of past life issues, a lot of childhood wounds, a lot of old relationship traumas, and you've been purging and healing and calling back soul fragments from that. And it's all divinely guided. You are divinely guided with the Hermit and the higher power. So trust the process and take care of yourself. Self-care. Whatever that looks like for you, if you need a margarita once a week, have a margarita. I never advocate, numbing anything. When you're going through a transformation, you treat yourself to things, but you don't numb yourself. So if you like ice cream, you don't eat 5 gallons to numb the pain. No, you might treat yourself for having something good happen to you, right? That was a really bad example. But quite frankly, how I treat myself is I like to take a sacred bath with sea salt and crystals and light a candle. I also like to occasionally buy myself something new to wear, or I'll have my hair done. Everybody's self-care is different, but the biggest and best thing for self-care is alone time and reflection and an opportunity to get closer to your spirit guides, right? All right. Last card is nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. You know what I'm hearing is it's like if you're going through some kind of a transformation, you're in the middle of this process. You are not quite, you're like in the in-between. You're not quite there yet. And so nothing is yet set in stone. You still have some waves and turbulence that you're going to have to clear out. Okay, now I want to get you guys a postcard from Spirit. All right, Spirit, postcard from Spirit for pile number 1. Thank you. All right, we have Dearest You. Sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of your own abundance. Let others give to you, even if you're more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, or the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude, without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people. Maybe you do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. Okay, we love you oh so much. So now, for some of you, I'm definitely getting a clear message of a spiritual awakening. I feel like you are a nurturer, a giver, an overgiver, right? You care, or you carry instead of caring. I can't even talk, guys. Sorry. Caring, right? C-A-R-I-N-G. It's okay to be a caring person, but you don't need to carry or be carrying other people's burdens. And I feel like you've been giving this fragmented energy. It's like you give your heart to so many. You're such a loving person and a giver, and it's time for you to allow the universe to give back. It's time for you to get your just rewards, right? And in order to do this, you're going to have to heal your ego. You're going to have to heal your inner wounds and do your shadow work so that you can be ready, willing, and able to receive all of the rewards that Spirit is trying to bring to you. The only thing that keeps us from our abundance is our belief that we don't deserve it. So I feel like that's what's healing for you, is that Spirit is trying to help you to heal your inner ugly voice, your inner bully, your beliefs that, that you're the giver, not the receiver. And I was that for years, guys. I'm a spiritual leader. And so I always led or lead other people, but I never really opened up to receive that collaboration with others to give back to me. And so this has kind of been my pile. I guess if I would be choosing a pile, this really resonates with me, and I hope it does with you too. So this has been your Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Maybe we'll have to turn that into a thing once school starts, right? And do it every week. Something to think about. But Words of Wisdom Wednesday for pile number 1. You are transforming. Your life is changing. Whether it's your job, your relationships, your friendships, your family, your home. Something here is being transformed for you, and you are being given the opportunity to receive so much more than you ever did before, because a higher power is trying to give you the recognition and reward that you deserve. Okay? I love you guys. I'm going to move on now to pile number 2. If you just watched this pile and there's no timestamps yet, could you please timestamp somebody for me? Pile number 2 is starting right now. Thank you. All right, pile number 2. Welcome to Words of Wisdom Wednesday. I was just saying to pile number 1, when school starts and I have all the time that I should have, I might make this a thing. We might turn it into Words of Wisdom Wednesday and just do a pick a pile or a general read for Wednesdays. Hump day, right? All right, so let's take a look at what do you need to know. Look at that throat chakra. Ooh, and heart chakra. Emotional loss and the hermit. Boy, that hermit, he gets around. All right, let's get down to business. I feel with this 5 of Cups, throat chakra, and the hermit, I feel like you guys have been silent for way too long about something that really has been bothering you. It's been making your heart hurt, something from your past. Cups can be relationship. If it's not a relationship or a person, it's definitely something that you have a lot of emotional attachment to. But there's something that you need to speak up about. You need to clear your throat chakra. And with this Hermit card, I see this coming for you, but I don't see it happening in the immediate energy, okay? I feel like it's a calling that Spirit is telling you. You need to go within yourself and close out some of these cycles. See, this is a cycle that just keeps repeating. And so this emotional loss, when we have a childhood wound, okay, sometimes we build triggers around that, and instead of really speaking about it, talking about it, working through it, we will bury it very deep down inside of us. And you know, he's standing here fully robed, right, with all this water behind him. He's got this this is, I know the name of it and can't think of it, but it's a geometric shape of creation and cycles, right? Everything is secular, not or circular, whatever, cycles. So I feel like there's somewhere in your life that you have built a trigger around an event or many events, because what happens is when you have one big, huge traumatic event and you bury it and don't heal it or don't talk about it or don't give it a voice, what happens is energetically, with the law of attraction, you will repeat that lesson, that cycle, many, many times in different situations. It can show up in your work. It can show up, through situations like your car breaking down, or, it's the woe is me, the victim mentality. And it's like, we sometimes learn, and you've got 2 5s here, by the way, and the Hermit card. So you're being called to go within to initiate change, to end these cycles of victimization, to call back your power, to reintroduce your what's the word, Spirit, that I want to use? It's empowerment. Empowerment. You need to empower yourself and to give yourself a voice. Where have you been victimized? Where have you been hurt? Where have you been traumatized? And how do you, can you see that returning to you in cycles? Like for years I dated the same kind of person, It's like people that didn't honor me and didn't honor my boundaries and used me and hurt me, and I allowed it. I really did. I didn't speak up. I didn't use my voice. I chose to be a victim. And then I kind of, I'm a double Cancer. I became the hermit crab. I kind of went within my shell and never really healed. I just hid. So I kind of feel that energy with you guys. Like, Spirit has given you wishes and dreams and inspiration and aspirations in the star, right? The Hermit comes after the Star card. The Star card comes after a Tower moment. So, in tarot, it's like something big happens, and then there's a healing process that's supposed to happen with the Star card, and this is the integration of that healing, right? But I don't feel like you've done all of the healing. I feel like there's still healing that needs to happen so that these cycles can end, okay? And it's going to have something to do with you being in your power and speaking up about, what you will. You need to know your value and your worth, and you need to have healthy boundaries, and you need to speak up when people step over your boundaries. You need to know that your happiness and your life is just as important as anybody else's. And if people treat you less than, you need to really step into your power and vocalize your needs, your wants, your desires. And it doesn't make you a bad person for doing that. Everybody has the right to be happy. Okay? Now I know pile number 1 was much longer with the tarot, but this is a very clear message that you're being called. See, the Hermit, he's the seeker. He goes to the mountain and talks to God, or talks to his higher self about his dreams, his wishes, and the things that hold him back from them. The devil, right? Remember, Jesus went to the mountain and talked to God about the devil. And so the Hermit is the seeker, and when you seek, you'll find there's something going on. There's some kind of patterns that are repeating in your life that bring you more sadness. It's like, repeat patterns. I always date the guy that never loved me back, or didn't honor me, or didn't choose me, or maybe you're the other woman. I've spent a few lifetimes, I think, being that as well, that third party situation, It's just an energy of some kind of repeat pattern, that something happened to you. Could be in your childhood, could be past life, could be happening to you at the moment. But it's a cycle, and the cycle needs to end. Change needs to happen. You've got 2 5s. Change is happening, but you're getting a calling through this Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Spirit saying, go within. Try to heal that inner child. Try to figure out when you're triggered. Triggers are opportunities for you to for those emotions to come to the surface, to be looked at. So I have this new practice that I do. It's a spiritual practice. When I get triggered by something, I immediately sit down. Well, maybe not immediately, because, you know, you can be triggered while you're driving or through a conversation. But as soon as I can, I take a moment by myself and I sit down and write when I got triggered, what was the emotion that it triggered within me? You know, did I feel victimized? Did I feel controlled? Did I feel abandoned? Did I feel silenced? You know, what was the emotion around the trigger? And when you start journaling that, you will start seeing your patterns, and you will realize that you might have a huge pattern cycle that you've been stuck in around having a voice, being heard, being, you know, the voice. It's funny how the throat chakra, you know, is connected to the ears. I remember getting a reading at Lilydale one time before I became the reader I am now, right when I was awakening to my powers. I went to Lilydale and got a reading, and it was a private reading, and the reader sketched, and she sketched a picture of a man and children with no ears. And she told me that I had given away my power and authority in the home to everybody else, and nobody respected me. And when I spoke, nobody listened. Nobody had the ears to hear me because I had allowed my voice to be silenced. So that's the energy I'm feeling here for some of you. It's kind of heavy energy, and it feels like a big change is coming for you. But you're being asked to be that hermit, to be the seeker, to, you know, do some journaling, figure out what is your pattern. What is your repeat pattern, right? What do you keep doing over and over again? What do you energetically, through the law of attraction, keep calling back? It could be a person, it could be many things, right? But it's a general reading. If you want a personal private reading, I'm offering those on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've just recently, in the last 2 months, started doing something called a deep dive. And in these deep dives, through conversation, quite honestly, I do toss some cards, but it's more interacting with you. I am an energy reader, and I can see things. I'm able to see a lot of your patterns through the way you're speaking to me, through the way you dart your eyes, through body language. It's all energy for me. And so I can help you to maybe pinpoint these patterns that you're missing that's causing these repeated losses in your life. You know, this heartache, this victim feeling that you are experiencing. Okay? Others of you, you know, I'm hearing that I don't know who this is for. I'm just throwing out there. This is probably one person and one person only. I would be surprised to see in the comments if there's more than one person that resonates with this. But somebody here, I think, was called to speak at a funeral. And you're afraid to stand before the crowd and speak about the loss of your loved one because of the emotion. And I don't know why Spirit brought that to me, but you're being asked to get quiet and to write, because the eulogy or whatever you're being asked to talk about will come to you in those quiet, reflective moments. And I think you'll be able to do some healing around your writing before you have to speak in public, so it's not as painful, and you'll be able to do it with confidence, okay? That's only for one of you. I don't know who that is, but if that resonates with you, please leave me a comment below, because it's just kind of weird to get that message. So we're going to move on to your oracle cards. What is your advice from Spirit? We have the Wind Fairy. Yeah, see, the winds of change are stirring. You got 2 5s here. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Okay, so you need to listen to the way you talk to yourself in your mind. Are you a bully to yourself? Do you say, I'm too heavy, I'm too tall, too thin, too short, I'm such a loser, things never work out for me, or nobody will ever love me? We all have those voices, just so you know. No judgment here. We all have them. But the winds of change are here. This Wind Fairy is coming in. And see, this says words. Words. Okay? So there's definitely something here that needs to be spoken. But you need to get very clear on how to communicate this so that you can heal whatever the situation involves, right? You're going to have to use your mind and your voice and your heart. Then we have accept disappointments gracefully. So this 5 of Cups, this emotional loss, for some of you, this is something that was very disappointing. And instead of gracefully moving through it and healing it with ease, you've kind of allowed it to become a pattern, you know. Well, I always do that. I always fall. You know, I hate when I hear people say, you know, I'm so clumsy, I always fall on my face, or whatever. Remember that what you put out into that beautiful, miraculous, energetic field, the law of attraction will bring to you, right? Because you're a powerful you're a powerful creator. Whether you're a conscious creator or not depends on whether or not you do this hermit energy, right? So whatever is happening in this 5 of Cups, you need to be able to have a voice and speak about it, but accept your disappointments gracefully. Don't pout. Don't get angry. Don't project. Reflect. I'm hearing reflect. Don't project, right? And in the grieving process, see, okay, Spirit, thank you. Somebody's lost somebody, okay? It doesn't have to be a physical loss like they're dead. It could be a loss like they moved away, or, you know, my kids are graduated and moved on to college, or whatever your loss is. There are 5 stages of grief, and the final stage of that grief is acceptance. And so for some of you, there's something in your life you haven't fully grieved, right? It could be a divorce, an old relationship. It could be a loss of a loved one, a parent, a sibling, a child, you know, a friend. But some of you need to do the 5 stages of grief and get to the acceptance. And you've got change here. The winds of change are stirring. All right. Oh, yeah. And this is inner child wounding. I could feel this. So we've got, in this card, it says the inner child. Communication. Again, you've got words, communication, throat chakra. So communication. And you have grace twice. So grace is given. It is not earned, just so you know. Grace is given. It's a given because you are a creator being, right? Grace is always yours. Always. Always. So the inner child, communication, grace, and self-love. Our inner child is comprised of the many different aspects of our childhood. At different times in our adult life, our inner child will need their voice to be heard. Practice listening to your inner child. Wow. Speak to them with love and kindness. That's exactly the message I was picking up. That you know, it's like victim mentality. We tell ourselves, you know, you're such a loser, man. Nobody loves you, or everybody you love always leaves you, or, you know, it's like the words you speak become your reality. You are the creator of this reality, right? Of course, there are things that are beyond your creation, things that are co-created with the collective. You know, you play a part in that, but you don't necessarily have control of that, right? You only have control of your own energetic input. However, this looks to me like something happened to you as a child that you have not healed, and you have not gone through those 5 stages of grief and come to the acceptance. Your inner child never got a voice, Maybe when you were little, you were shy, afraid to speak up, or maybe there were bullies in your life that never allowed you to speak, or when you spoke, they would criticize you or call you stupid or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of shit that happens to us on the playground and in school and, in sports or in community, right? Or even worse, within our family unit. Okay? But there's something here, your inner child is asking to be heard, to have a voice, to be able to do this healing, to be able to understand that everything is a choice, right? So there's some definite inner child wounds here that need to be worked on. If you would like some help with this, I have some tools and energy clearings. There's a lot of stuff we can do around childhood wounds, okay? I'm only able to teach this because I just recently was taught this by Spirit, and I've been doing this journey. Okay, so the inner child needs a voice and needs to be loved and accepted. Then we have Desiree. No, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. No, conditions aren't favorable right now. So I don't know who that's for. Somebody out there needs to know that there's wow. No, I feel like this is your inner voice. This is what you tell yourself. No, you can't do it. The conditions aren't right. Time isn't right. Wait a little while. Wait until you have more money. Wait until you've got more education, or wait until somebody is out of the picture, or just wait until you feel better, right? And so Spirit, I think you're being asked to talk to your angels and guides and let them comfort you and teach you how to heal this inner child that I just feel like you talk bad to yourself, or you let other people talk bad to you. The garden and the gate. See, here's the little girl longing to leave her safe haven. I feel like you have you've holed yourself up within yourself, and there's this inner child that you protected her. Doesn't have to be gender specific. It could be a him, because here we have masculine with the 5 of Cups, and here we've got feminine. But this is your ego protecting you, your inner child, right? You've created this beautiful inner heart space where this child lives, but you've never let it grow. You've never let it have experiences or take a leap of faith or wander out into the universe. Yeah, there are things out there that can hurt you. I mean, I sat in my yard and got hit in the head with a rock when my son was mowing the lawn. Things happen, okay? But that one's going to go down in the books. I took a video of it. I kept the rock. I mean, it's going to be something I can tell my kids, right? Or grandkids, about the day Granny was sitting on the porch and got hit in the head with a rock because Jesse was mowing the lawn. There's a lesson in there somewhere, right? Like wear protective gear when you're mowing the lawn, and make sure people are out of range as you mow the lawn. Whatever. There's always a lesson, but you can't say, okay, well, now I'm afraid of the porch, and I'm never going to sit on the porch again in my entire life because it's unsafe, and I could possibly get hit with a rock, or a meteor could shower down on me, or whatever. It could collapse beneath me. There are fears that we generate through victimization that we protect ourselves. This little girl's longing to go beyond the gate. Go beyond the gate. But somehow, some way, you've found a comfort zone, and you're being asked to take that leap of faith. Look at the butterflies. This is change. The wind fairy is here. The winds of change are stirring. And so you're going to get the opportunity through a healing of this inner child to finally go out and explore beyond these gates, to finally open up your heart chakra and to give your inner child a voice, right? Reclaim your power. Take it back. Music, beautiful. So some of you could be a singer, and maybe you've got stage fright. Maybe you've got this beautiful gift to share with the world, and you're so afraid to take that leap of faith because of, you look at this, I'm sorry, but it's solar plexus with the sacral chakra. So this is all about bravery and belief, you know, with the music. It takes a lot of empowerment to sing or play or dance, right? And if that doesn't resonate with you, by the way, this is another 5, right? You're being asked to, you know, music brings higher vibration. If it's good music, depends on what you're listening to. But there is a vibratory correlation with dance and singing and music that raises your vibration. So for some of you, you're being asked to listen to uplifting music, or maybe there's, you know, for me, when I go through this hermit mode, and it happens every so many years, you know, where we have to do more shadow work and more healing, for me, music can be a good trigger of those emotions, you know. I love Dr. Hook, you know, and I love sad 70s love songs, and so I turn that on when I want to go within and have a nice cry and do a little healing work, journaling. However this music applies to you, you've got 3 5s on the table now. You've got an 11, which is a divine number, and the number 30, which breaks down to a 3, which is also a very spiritual number. It's the number of the Trinity. It's creation. And then you have the number 9 with the Hermit, which is also a spiritual number. So you guys are, I mean, look at, you've got 3, 9, 11, and 3 5s. Does that one have a number? No. So this is, you're being activated with this Hermit card for a healing. Co-create, yeah. See, I was just talking about co-creating with others, right? This is a number 40. If that has any resonance with you. But this is all about, this cheetah has a higher perspective, but the owl really has the wisdom, right? It's like the knowing with the action, because this cat represents to me like fire energy, active energy, like getting up and doing something, right? Even though it's sitting, there's this cosmic egg down. Oh, this is cute. Okay, so there's it's like these two did the wild thing and had this little egg down here that is wise, and it's a hybrid. It's a combination of the two energies. So it's the energy of air with the energy of fire is what I'm feeling. And so you've got 5s, changes on the wind. You're learning new things. You're giving birth to new things through this process. And then you'll be able to take action after you get to the acceptance stage. Friends and colleagues, another 3, guys. Okay, so friends and colleagues, this is, I'm hearing you need to get out there. You need to align with high vibe people. Find your soul tribe. Laugh. Have fun. Raise your vibration. And don't sit at home doing the woe is me Eeyore thing, okay? That's what you're being called upon to heal. I feel like maybe some of you had bullies in your life, your friends and colleagues, you know. I see them laughing. And it's like everybody here looks happy but the blonde, you know. She's got her head cast down. And I don't know, they could be laughing at her, right? For some of you, that'll resonate. It's like all your friends, you know, you were always the quiet, shy one, and They like to have a nice laugh at your expense. And so, I don't know if that's for all of you, but somebody, and there's drinking here too. So, if you're numbing yourself with food or alcohol, these could be patterns in your life too, you know. Food addictions, alcohol addictions, partying with friends, aligning with people that don't serve you. You're being asked to align yourself with your soul tribe, with people that love you, truly love you, and show up for you and hold you up and support you. Okay, your next card is be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. See, change. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of you. Focus only upon your true desires and they'll come to you upon angel wings. So I feel like you guys have been stuck in this lack mentality, and Spirit's trying to show you how to become that powerful conscious creator, co-creating with the divine your highest and best life. But the only way you can do that, look at it's like her throat chakra and her heart chakra is being protected here, and you've got the throat chakra and the heart chakra with the 5 of Cups. So you know, it's time for you to heal what keeps you bound and gagged, okay, in your life. You have to be honest with yourself. Stop this talk of I'm not good enough, people hate me, nobody loves me, I have no friends. All of that is just victimizing you further, and you're attracting those kind of people into your life. No judgment. If this doesn't resonate with you, because this is getting kind of specific, then pick another pile, you know, because it is kind of a lecture from Spirit. But you're getting there with this Hermit card. You're divinely guided, right? Divinely guided. You're going to create something beautiful when you can step into your capacity to heal and have a voice. Your last one is bring love into the situation. Yeah, because I feel like you don't love yourself the way you should. All right? And that's a hard one. When I first started healing and somebody told me you need to love yourself more, I thought, how stupid is that? Of course I love myself. But really, when I started looking at how I treat myself and how I talk to myself, there really was I don't think there's a bully out in the world that was worse or could be worse than I was being to myself. I was the bully to me. And so I think that's happening for some of you here in pile number 2. So I want to get you a postcard from Spirit to see what Spirit has to say to you about this situation. And then we're going to wrap it up. All right. Dear you. Oh my. Oh my gosh. Look, change. Things are stirred up. I told you the winds of change are stirring. It says, dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. There you've got that, friends. This looks like a celebration too. This is a cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, because I feel that here. I feel some fear. It says, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. You can't stay in that garden. You've got to have experiences. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear. Rather, in spite of it, or even sometimes because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch that you are clinging to. Let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventures. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said. Take one step toward the gods and they will take 10 towards you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. So you've got dance, you've got music, so many. And it's funny because, see, I didn't pre-draw these. I do this. I say, give me a message, and whatever sticks up is what I take. So for this to come out is pretty damn profound. Because, I mean, look at the synchronicities. The winds of change, I said. You've got 3 5s. And so And then it also said, don't be nervous. I told you I felt one of you was very nervous about getting up in public, speaking about something that's very emotional for you. For others of you, it's telling you, all you need to do is to know that you're worthy, to love yourself, to give it over to spirit. Listen, you're being guided. You're co-creating with the divine a better place. And I think some of you are going through the 5 steps of grief, and you need to get to the acceptance stage, right? So it says, let us help steer you. Don't be afraid. That bravery isn't about no fear. It's about acting in the highest and best of all in spite of fear. So big change is coming for you guys. Big change. And I have a feeling it has to do with a healing around an inner child wound that happened to you when you were younger, and probably has been reproducing itself in your life in other relationships and situations, because that's Spirit's way of bringing things back around to give you the opportunity to be triggered, and through the triggering for you to be able to pinpoint what emotion was triggered, and then you could kind of look at your bad memories from your past and figure out when did you experience a huge trauma around that emotion, right? Around being controlled or being stifled or being overlooked or underloved or whatever. This is what's happening for you. You're being asked to step out of your shell, to allow yourself the opportunity to grow and learn and to take on new experiences, to get out of your comfort zone. And for some of you, you could be a musician or a dancer or a singer. You could be in the arts of some sort, and you're being asked to be brave and put your stuff out there, no matter how vulnerable it makes you feel. Maybe whatever your music is about, something very personal and deep for you. But there's messages here for a lot of you. So I hope this has helped. And if you picked pile number 2 and you watched all the way to the end, if I don't have the timestamps posted by the time you get to this, could you please note the time and pin it in the bottom section so that others can find it? And I will get to it as soon as humanly possible. Okay, now we are moving on to pile number 3. So pile number 3, welcome, welcome. If you picked the Andara crystal, we are now going to take a look at what your Words of Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, and so these are just general energies. They're not specifics. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. I'm not doing clarifications because that goes more into secular energy instead of giving everybody a message. It kind of starts pinpointing one or two's message. So we're just going to go with what we've got here. If you're new to my channel and you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Tell me how you found me and what you think of it. And if you like our Love Tribe, please hit the subscribe button. I'm thinking that possibly when school starts, if school starts, and you know how that goes when you're in a pandemic, if the creek don't rise, then I would like to maybe make this a weekly thing and do the Words of Wisdom Wednesday, we're going to call it. Okay, so let's get into your energies and see what's going on. So we have, the Empress, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Fool. Great energies. Okay, so pile number 3, look at you just glowing and full of potential. Full of potential. So quickly, I'm getting a message here for some of you about a divorce or an end of an old relationship. This is the end of a cycle. It's you becoming single and starting anew. For others of you, because I'm getting a lot of messages for this, for others of you, you could recently be married. I know this is a 5 of Pentacles, which is in the normal deck. I'm an energy reader. I do not necessarily read the cards according to their meaning. Okay, 5 is change for me. And ever since I got this deck, I meditate on each card so that when I do my readings, I've kind of got an idea of what Spirit wants this card to mean for me. And I see the purple highlighting this ring finger. So purple is enlightenment. This is crown chakra. This is an inner knowing, right? And this could be around a relationship because it is the ring finger, right? The marriage finger, right? So I don't know. When I meditated on this feels like a new knowing, something you realized around a relationship. It does not have to be marriage. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be your boss. But there's some kind of a new realization for some of you around a relationship. Okay? So for some of you, you could literally be trying to become a parent, a mother. You're trying to conceive, or you have conceived. You're going to give birth. And, you know, the 0 card represents birth. I mean, that's the first card of the tarot. It is the beginning of everything, right? So for some of you, this literally could be an omen that you're going to conceive, that you're going to have this child. For others of you, you know, if we go to the standard meaning of the 5 of Pentacles, it's feeling like your finances aren't where they could be. It's feeling like, although you have a lot of people around you, because, well, I won't say a lot, but in the Rider Waite, there are always 2 people, and there's a church with a light on in the window, which for me as a reader, the energy of that is you're not alone. You're just not. You know, the church represents God, and the light represents spirit. And, you know, the person that's going through it with you represents people around you. So for some of you, it's like you feel alone. Okay. Sorry, give me a minute, guys. I'm getting a lot of messages with this. Okay, so for some of you, you lost a mother. You're missing your mother. And in this losing your mother has changed your entire life. And so a new beginning is coming for you. And the sun is on your back at the moment. But I feel like here the sun is at your back also. So I feel like happier days are coming. They're just around the corner, but you haven't quite seen. It's like you can feel it, but you can't see it. Just like the 2 people in the 5 of Pentacles in the regular Rider Waite. I can't talk today. Sorry, guys. So it's like the light is behind you, you know, the church light, the sun. And you've got people, see, there's a person or a friend or a companion that's going to help you on this new journey, this new beginning. I'm also seeing new growth in your life because the Empress is all about growth and abundance and fertility. Okay, I'm noticing here that she is bringing the energy into the 3D. She is blessing the seeds of her creation, sending it energy, sending it light. And so, and then I see the flower here in the hand of the Fool. So there's new growth coming for you. So if your money has been a little less than what you would like, I see new abundance coming in. If your relationships have been centered around the feeling of lack or you know, being lonely or alone or missing somebody, you've got new growth coming, new abundance there also. I just see change coming for you. Change is coming, and it's going to put you in this energy of feeling so abundant. So you have to open your hand. You have to open your hand and be willing to receive. And this feeling that you have that something good is coming, it's like you doubt yourself. You can feel it. You can feel the warmth of it right behind you. And yet you have this doubt around whether you're worthy of it or whether it'll ever show up for you. Or maybe you think, oh, that never happened. Those kind of things never happen for me, right? But you're clearly being shown here that, I mean, look at the abundance and the brand new beginning that's coming. But I think there's some change that needs to happen around this Five of Pentacles. And this is what Spirit is saying, is that abundance is coming for you if you're willing to take that leap of faith, if you're willing to think outside of the box, if you're willing to just take one step forward towards your dreams, one step into what you're calling in. If it's a relationship, you know, you could be a divine feminine with I'm a twin flame channeler, so of course I'm going to mention it in my pick-a-piles too, even though it's a general reading. If you resonate with being a twin, this is divine feminine energy, right? And this is the feeling of loneliness or being abandoned or alone and unnoticed, unloved. And here is this brand new bright beginning. So for some of you, that will resonate, okay? So Spirit's trying to tell you that if you do healing work and make a change in your life by taking a leap of faith, you're going to move into this Empress energy, and you're just going to draw and attract to you everything that you've been closed off to receive, right? Four of Pentacles comes before the Five of Pentacles. That's closing down, that's pulling in your energy, that's guarding your heart. And so the Five of Pentacles is a little bit of an opening. It's enough to realize that you feel lonely, right? Some people are so reclusive that they like their own energy better than being out there with other people. And so the Four of Pentacles is closing off, not allowing anything in but your own energy. It's keeping your energy very tightly clasped. And then when you get to the Five, it's the realization that you're not happy being alone. You're not okay with that, right? So it's a small opening. It's speaking to someone, getting counsel, telling a friend, getting guidance somehow, whether it's inner guidance or somebody you know. But it's a small opening. And then, you know, the next card would have been the Six of Pentacles, which is, you know, being open to the giving and receiving, to be open to receive, to allow people and energies to support you. So there is something here that is being changed and reborn and rebirthed, and it looks very beautiful coming in for you with this Fool card. Let's get you some advice on it. We have the Wasp, anger, retaliation, and jealousy. Wow. It is another number 3. You have 2 3s now. 3s are the number of creation and expansion. It's the Mother, Maiden, Crone, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, you know. It's the story of creation. It's the Mother Goddess, Father Goddess, and Child. So, you know, the Wasp can sting pretty bad. So for some of you, you might have gotten stung by somebody, and so you're closed off, you're feeling a little victimized, you're feeling angry. For some of you, it could be that your person isn't showing up for you, and maybe there's another person involved, and so it brings up jealousy. You know, retaliation could be wanting to lash out to some, you know, to hurt somebody else because you're hurting. And so we're going to get more advice on this, but I feel like this is an energy that you're either a victim of or that you're perpetrating. So either way, if you want this great abundance, this nurture card to come in, you're going to have to look at your triggers. What has triggered you and why? What emotions did it bring up in you? It looks like it brought up anger and resentment and jealousy and, you know, like a tit for tat energy. And so if you're the victim of this, then this is what's healing for you by taking this leap of faith. If you might have to leave something behind that no longer serves you, that hurts you, okay? But you can't stay in this energy. You've got to find out what that trigger is and how to heal it so that you can be in that unconditional love place where your hand is open instead of closed. See, this hand is closed. It's down. If you flip that hand over, then you will be open to receive. And you can't be in a receptive mode if you're angry. Okay? If this is not your energy, if this is the energy of what you have experienced, and that's got you feeling this Five of Pentacles, then this is something you need to heal or move away from. Just move away from it. You know, if you're in a bad situation, you could have a mother that's, you know, kind of toxic. I'm so grateful I never experienced that, but some people do. You know, the Empress can represent the mother figure of the family, or the grandmother, you know, ancestral feminine energy. But there's a healing here that needs to happen. Then we have reflect on your truth. Know thyself. You are, if God is everything and everything is God, if you watch my channel, you've heard me recite this so many times. I hope you can recite it as well as I can by the time you're done hearing. If God is everything, the Alpha and the Omega, everything that was, everything that is, and everything that ever shall be, what does that make you? And Spirit, when I asked Spirit, you know, what is my mission? They said, tell them who they are. And I had to do a lot of prayer and meditation around that to realize that what Spirit was saying is you have to remind them that they are divine energy from source. You are a creator being from a creator race, from the original creative energy, creative source, mother, father, God, whatever you call it. So reflect on your truth. Know yourself. Okay? And it's on your heart. On your heart. For you guys, there's a heart healing here for some of you that needs to happen. Okay, up next we have the chain breaker. Freedom, indignation, and justice. Judgments that have been placed upon us by ourselves or by others can bind and shackle us, stealing our joy and our will to live. Take time today to remove these judgments, choosing not to believe the lies that they speak. A judgment is not the truth. So, you know, that's the Great Awakening, guys. That's what everybody that is having an awakening experience is going through is, you know, judging others is the great sin. It is what creates karma, right? Whether you judge yourself or judge another person, that is not in the highest and best for everybody involved. So anything you do against or to hurt or harm another is the great sin. It's judgment, right? So when you can free yourself and cut the cords of all of those judgments you've placed on yourself that you've allowed others to place on you, then you will free yourself. You will break the chains that bind you. And look at this beautiful eclipse here in the background with two eagles. And so I feel like you have a choice to choose between victimization and healing. Breaking the chains. And for some of you, this is ancestral patterning in the divine feminine energy. Just got to put that out there. So if you're a twin, you're the chain breaker. You're the chain breaker of the ancestral patterning. You know, well, my mom did it. My mom's mom did it. My mom's mom did it. And so if it wasn't of the highest and best of everybody involved, then you need to be the broken link in that hereditary energetic DNA passing on to the next generation. You are the break in that energy. You know, whatever it is. It's like maybe your mother, you know, had a food addiction, or they were just toxic. Maybe they pimped you out. And when I say pimped you out, let me just gentle that a little bit. Me and my sister watched last night the documentary about Natalie Wood, and we felt like her mother pimped her out. I mean, she was a child actress that was made to perform like a monkey in the circus, and guilted by her mother on, you know, well, if you don't, then it's your fault if your sister starves to death or your family dies, or, you know. So that's toxic behaviors around mother issues. Everybody's is going to be different, but you're going to recognize this pattern, okay? So we have Indriel, You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So if you resonate with being a starseed or a light worker or the divine feminine, twin flames, that kind of thing, ascension journey, this is telling you that this healing is happening so you can have this brand new beginning, this new growth, this nurturing experience, this abundance coming in. You have to take your hand from being down and turning it over to be willing to receive. And there are patterns here that will need to be broken. Ooh, victory. Woo-woo. That's that Fool energy too. Okay? This is you mastering what you came here to master. My phone keeps ringing. People can't live without me for even an hour. People meaning my family usually. So we have love. Look at this, how beautiful. After the victory, what is going to bring you victory? Love. Love. That's what we're here to create. The Great Awakening is about bringing in unconditional love. It's changing the world one mind at a time. We are literally in the middle of a war between light and dark, and you are a light warrior and you will have victory, right? It's a 10. 8 and 2 is 10. That is the ending of an old way of being or an old lesson and the beginning of something bright and shiny and new with the Fool's card, and it's a victory. And the way you're going to get it is through giving and receiving love. Ooh, and imagine, yeah. You guys are my way showers, aren't you? You're out there dreaming about the new world, the new energy. That's how you create. Spirit channeled to me that the art of manifestation is we are creator beings. We create with everything, every thought we have, every intention we set. We are the glue that holds our imaginary world together, right? So you need to imagine. You need to dream big, because you're going to have a great victory here. You're going to help recreate the world. That's a big message. Yeah, a consciousness of lack. See, I saw that. This is the 5 again, guys. This is the same energy of the 5 of Cups, and it's right below your 5 of Cups here. So, this is like your life review. Like this guy just stood there and looked at this TV screen. We'll just say it's a scenery screen. And he's looking back over his life and all the storms that he's had to weather and all the money that eluded him. And he's had to purge these emotions overflowing. He's standing and leaning on a stack of books, which tells me he's learning that there is a healing available always. It's part of your experience here on earth, and you're going to teach others. Pile number 3, you guys are going to be the way showers. You're going to help others to unburden their heart. This heart is made of stone, and the only thing that's open is the emotions flooding out of it. So, all roads, I'm hearing, all roads have led you here, and that's where the road ends. Is you can't move on to this new path. You can't take that leap of faith without going through the trials and tribulations. It's like they're showing me in my head the Lord of the Rings, when he goes, is it Frodo? I don't know. I've watched it, but I don't remember the names. But anyhow, they're showing me that as he was trying to save the world and get the ring where it needed to be, there was constantly things on his path, challenges and obstacles and things he had to go through on his path. Oh, geez. Why do we always freeze on number 3? Are you guys still there? I'm going to keep these 3 cards to the side. Oh, good. It's working. Thank God. So the Lord of the Rings I was talking about, and it glitched. We're going to hurry up so that this finishes, okay? So this is the trials and tribulations. You know, you've got to slay the dragons. You've got to overcome the obstacles. You've got to, you know, there's danger lurking, but only if you're not willing to overcome it, right? I don't know why I felt like I had to say that. So we're going to move on. But there, you're at the end of the you can't go any further on the path that you're on until you heal this lack of, this conscious lack that you feel of not being worthy, not being good enough, not having enough money, never enough, right? You're imagining you're going to teach people. You're going to overcome it first, and then you're going to teach other people how to heal themselves, how to balance their inner divine masculine, feminine energies, and start this new beginning, right? You're going to clear out old karma too. So we have listen, quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to the gentle reassurance that everything's been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state. Receptive, remember? Without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you to listen. So you're being divinely guided here. You're going through this awakening process, is what I feel. And you're going to be a teacher after you have become the adept. All right, we have hold your vision, fixed moon. Don't give up. Don't give up. Listen and follow the signs. All right, Spirit, can I get a postcard, please? Yeah, I felt like I had to take my time with you guys. I don't know why. It says, dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things in miraculous ways for you and for everyone and make things right. Let me read that again. I apologize, guys. For whatever reason, I need to slow down for you. We need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. Wow, that's a big mission, guys. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or of your own. You don't need to carry this anymore. You can set yourself free. See, break the chains. Even advocating for good because of this experience, I told you you're going to teach, requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's more about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses. See, you're angry. There's something you're carrying around, the burden of anger and resentment. So resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really truly desire, right? Imagine, look, you got imagine here. Imagine what your life would be like without these burdens that you carry when you do not forgive another or yourself. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. So I'm hearing self-love and love for others. There are things that need to be forgiven to get you out of this Five of Pentacles energy, because the universe, as long as you choose victim, or even maybe you don't even realize, okay? Because there are two ways to become a victim, or two responses, maybe many more, but I'm going to deal with two responses of being hurt, okay? One is to retaliate, to get angry, to be resentful, and to retaliate, and to become that warrior, you know, tit for tat, just general bad energy, low vibrational, hatred, resentment, just bad juju, right? Or the other one becomes the victim. It's the one that, you know, hangs their head and hides in the corners and doesn't have healthy boundaries and doesn't have a voice. And there's two very different ways you can respond to a trauma in your life. And so some of you have chosen to be angry and resentful and you know, blaming somebody or blaming yourself. And so that could be a family trait. You know, maybe you were taught that, role modeled that. Maybe you came from a hostile family where people, you know, chose to settle things with harsh words and fistfights, or maybe abuse, or whatever, or, you know, judgments. It's just bad juju. And so you might need to be the break in that chain. You might need to be the one that does things differently. But in order to do that, you're going to have to heal that DNA patterning, that cycle, that belief system that has been role modeled to you, or one that you allowed to create within yourself. When you get through all this, man, is some beautiful abundance coming to you with this Empress card. So please, if you need help, reach out, because I've been doing what I call a deep dive with people. And these deep dives, we uncover an awful lot of Akashic records. I'm an energy reader, and I just listen to you talk and tell your stories. And as you do, I know things. I know things. I can tell by the way you move your eyes or the way you hold your shoulders. I can see your pain. I can trigger or find your triggers and help you to work through them. And I can give you tools in order to clear that energy. So if you're struggling to forgive yourself, or to forgive your mother, or forgive your parents, or forgive somebody, please reach out. I can help with that, okay? I love you guys. This has been your Words of Wisdom Wednesday with Tracy at TR's Tarot Talk 1111. If this resonated, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you like my vibe, please subscribe. And go back and watch some of my older videos. There's a lot of really good channeling in there, direct from spirit. So if you're interested in the ascension or the awakening process or the great transit, then go check them out, okay? Namaste. Let's see, I can't see the stop. Bye, guys.